Good afternoon, everyone. It's Alex at Rivera's Electric, your hometown electrician. And we are here in this unit, and we had already done the rough out, got the inspections all passed, now we're working on the trim out. And what that means, of course, is we're gonna start putting all the outlets and switches, plugs, lights, everything in. That way we get the final inspection so we get people moving in here. So what we're gonna do today is we're going to actually put a outlet in, and what we do is we tuck the wires in when we rough it, and of course it's got texture on it, but you typically should have 3 wires. Obviously there's occasion, or there are exceptions in other occasions. You have a ground, you have a neutral, and you have the hot. The neutral is the white, hot's the black. The tools you'll need for this typically is a flathead screwdriver, needle nose pliers. It does help to have one of these testers here, and wire strippers, and of course impact drivers help as well. Now these units are not hot, so I don't have to worry about getting shocked. Obviously if you're working with live wires, you turn the breaker off, but in this case that doesn't apply. And of course you want to use a tester or something to make sure the wire's not hot. And so the first thing we'll do, since I separated the wires, the black and the neutral and the ground, I'll take the wire strippers here, and you just want to strip the wire just a little bit. And then what I'll do is I'll bend this ground down. Just curl it just like that. And there are a couple different kind of plugs you can get. In this particular case, the wires are going to go back here. Sometimes you do have the plugs where they actually go around the screws. And in that case, of course, you would curl the wires just like I did on this ground. And so you have gold screws here. You have silver screws there, and of course the greens for ground. So what we'll do is we typically put the ground on first, and so I'll go ahead and put that in the way it's supposed to go. Once I get down there, what I'll do is I'll get my needle nose pliers and I'll crimp it down pretty good. All right, and I'll get the impact driver here and I'll go ahead and tighten that down. All right, that's on there. Then the next thing I'll do is I'll go ahead and get my neutral, and I'll put it on the silver screw right here, just right at the back of that hole there. And I'll go ahead and put it right in there. And it's always best to make sure you don't have any exposed wire showing. If you do, obviously want to do that, because once you turn the power on, if it's hitting something when you push everything in there, then it's gonna obviously trip. And I realize this process may be elementary for some, but for the others who aren't familiar with it, that's why we're showing you. And then on the other side, it doesn't really matter if you go top or bottom, if you have 1 wire each. And so we're gonna go ahead and stick the hot in there, and we'll do the same thing, and we'll go ahead and screw it down. Okay, so you got your ground, your neutral, and your hot all hooked up. And so what you wanna do is kind of work your wires back in there. And then of course, this is where the impact driver comes in handy as well. I'll go ahead and start screwing these in there. Bottom one in there. Sometimes it's easier said than done. Trying to line it up, and sometimes it's hard, and it's kind of dark in here too, so it's hard to see. There it goes. Okay, and obviously you have your plate here. And so what you want to use this for typically is when you plug it in, you kind of want to straighten it out a little bit, so that kind of helps straighten it out a bit. And so you get that straightened out so you'll be able to put your plate on there. What you do is get your plate on there. And this is the first outlet, of course, and that's a finished product there. When the power turns on, theoretically it should work. And so we'll go ahead and start trimming the rest of this out. Please don't forget to like our Facebook page and go on our YouTube channel and subscribe. And we'll have more videos coming up and show you some more instructional videos.